Blog Talk Radio.
I remember in my youth making a plea to the heavens, wished on a star that my family live forever. Sometime that same year, they buried Irina. Doubt on the other side, I recognize if I seen her. Way it's going, I'll probably need it a voucher at the gate. Tell her bring Taylor, I'm sure by now that it seems so her weight. Back in my realm, facing hell, wondering how I maintain. Don't pray as much as I should, but never alter my faith. Apologize if my patience to make some view me as boring. Writing the script to this score at my home at 4 in the morning. I'm more in sync with myself than I've ever been in this moment. No time to dwell on missed opportunities. Choosing to flow with emotion. Heard a commotion coming from my cousin room. Blasting his roof from Ohio. It was the first day in June. The harmonies were so new. Introduced to the crossroads. And then I walked roads along with lost souls. Like we went off-road. I welcome you to the depths. With thoughts are liable to take on a whole life on itself. If you're not cautious, you may end up lost in one of your dreams. There's no inception. I've witnessed the mind turn on itself. There's some creating a cell that many could never escape. I went and made it my home and locked it up like a safe. But no one really is safe. You're either the hunter or prey. The only judge is above. If we should meet any day from now, nothing left but to embrace it. Yeah. Later leads you to more than chasing the dollar. Yeah. Yo. Age 13, I will come to terms with mortality. Napoleon's murder was soon a grim reality.
Hello. That was a very beautiful introduction. The artist is an indie artist straight out of Stone Mountain, Georgia. He goes by Ian Clayton, and the title to that track is Embrace It. I felt appropriate to play something such as that because currently we are embracing change as we speak. Today's topic, reopening the states. It's more than just Georgia and Florida and Texas that are reopening. Let's dig a little deeper. There are the states of, and they go as follows. More than 97% of the U.S. population is currently under a stay-at-home or shelter-in-place order as the coronavirus pandemic continues to upend life as we know it. More than 50,000 Americans have died, but worries for the economy and people's mental health are raising the question, when will things go back to normal? So currently, Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, District of Columbia, Florida, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Maryland, and we have a few, Minnesota, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, just to name a few, are actually taking this step in place to start reopening slowly. Today's guest, I have attorney Daryl Hines out of Atlanta, Georgia, and Aaron Woodhouse out of Atlanta, Georgia. I want to hear from these gentlemen regarding the state of our culture currently in Atlanta, Georgia, as well as their opinions and views of what's happening currently. The views and opinions on this show are strictly ours, and if you don't like it, you don't have to listen. But we're going to go forward with that, and I'm going to introduce the gentlemen that are here in the studio with me. Welcome, Aaron Woodhouse.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, House?
Hanging in
there. Daryl Hines, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking.
Oh, that's very good. Okay, guys. So we know that currently Governor Kemp had started one of the nation's biggest push to reopen the state of Georgia. You know, last Friday it was the start of barbershops, gyms, salons, massage therapy, all could reopen. And then it started going forward that as of Monday, there will be a few things more opening. I want to hear from you all on this subject matter and how it's affecting your lives personally, if you don't mind divulging into that. I'll start with you, Aaron Woodhouse, and you can give me your insight on this.
So, I think the stay at order that he had put in place the first time was okay. I think it was kind of ridiculous for people to go back out the way they did. I think they could have done it another way. And the way you're doing it now is having a negative. I think it's going to have a negative effect on our community as a whole, because they say we are one of them.
Okay.
When I say we as colored folks are known as one of the. We are one of the minorities are the ones that are affected by this virus the most.
Now, when you say we, are you saying we as African Americans or we as the people?
We as minorities.
Okay. Okay. All right. And what way do you feel we as minorities? And this is a quick question, and you can answer this. Do you think that all these states open and minorities are succumbing to the COVID in large numbers, you reduce the number of minority voters in those jurisdictions because they have died from the complications of the COVID, and life goes on as usual. And this does raise questions on the rationale of educated people in charge. So do you think that this is a ploy to knock us out, minorities out, so the minority vote is not as high come election? Like, what do you think about that?
I think it's all a possibility, and I think it's a good possibility, because if you look at what they say the coronavirus affects, it says the majority of the people that it affects are minority, and President Trump is really about getting rid of minorities. He's always not really. He's not really about. He's about himself. He's not about us as a people.
Right.
Because of the things that he does, the decisions that he makes, you can never know whether he's telling the truth or not.
Right. Right. Now, Daryl, do you want to chime in on this?
Well, yeah, and I have a slightly different view or perspective. I think, first of all, I agree with House that the way they implement it and are implementing opening the state as well as some of the things that are happening in other states, it's too fast. First thing they should have ensured was that they would have wholesale testing, so people, you find out, where the risks are. I mean, obviously, if people aren't tested, and you open the state, and people are now coming back out without sufficient protections, as though nothing's happening. I think that risk, presents a risk to all of us. Okay? And I also believe I don't know so much about the intent.
Daryl, do me a favor, Daryl. Do me a favor and try to move to a different area in your home or wherever you are, because you're coming in a little fuzzy. Okay. If you don't mind, that may help the reception. So that way we can hear your thoughts.
Is this better?
That's much better. Yeah.
Okay. What I was saying is, I think in some ways it's an unintended consequence in terms of the effect on minorities. I think one of the things is that when you look at the places that are most affected, like you mentioned, I think in your intro, about beauty salons, barbershops, massage estheticians, places like that, mostly are employed. They mostly employ minorities. Okay, and the question, and I read an article not long ago that kind of spoke to some of the motives behind that the governor here in Georgia's intent, and that was to get people off the unemployment rolls. Georgia because of the impact.
Okay. That last part I
COVID,
didn't catch because it's still a little fuzzy. I'm not sure if you put me back on speaker.
No.
So, House, what do you...
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. So say that last part again so that way we get your opinion in really good. So what did you say the last part was?
Okay, I was saying that one of the motives is to get people off of unemployment. And the thought is that those people in those industries that have been named, that have been reopened, are mainly lower paid. However, the numbers are eating away at Georgia's unemployment compensation fund. And from what I've read, that fund would be exhausted in 6 months. I think it's like $2.5 billion that are in reserve, and that would be exhausted. So maybe the impetus is to get people, is a financial impact for the state.
Okay, I'm going to take.
Yeah, I agree that.
I'm gonna go forward, Daryl. We got to work on your reception, but
okay.
I'm not quite sure if you have to call in from a different phone or a different, or just try to go to a different part of wherever you are so I can hear you clearer. But to add on to what both of you guys are saying, and chime in with me because I do like your opinion about the strategy and yours, House, about the strategy of disaffecting minorities. Just today, Atlanta Mayor issues coronavirus warning for people going to nail salons. She just issued this as of 6:10 p.m. on the 25th. Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottom put out a warning today for anyone getting a manicure at the state's newly reopened salons. If you're getting your nails done right now, please share these new numbers with your manicurist. And so the new numbers, because she added a hashtag on Twitter, hashtag Stay Home Georgia. The numbers show deaths in Atlanta currently, in the state of Georgia, hit 904, and an increase of 34% over a week ago. And cases reached up to 22,695, up to 28% in a week. Governor Brian Kemp allowed nail and hair salons, tattoo parlors, gyms, and bowling alleys to reopen up Friday, despite Trump saying it was too early to lift lockdown orders. Some states' residents flocked to newly open businesses, and then some people are still apprehensive, like you men. What is your viewpoint on what the mayor is forewarning us? Do you feel like it's still appropriate and it's immature for people to start rushing to, like, especially a tattoo shop right now? Your opinion, House?
I think it's. I think it's too early because you really haven't. You don't have enough testing out there to determine actually who has it, who has this coronavirus. So if you don't have enough testing out there, how are you going to be able to determine that it's early enough for you to open up where people can be not practicing social distancing? And I just think it's way too early. You have it's been really, if you look at it, it's really been hitting these.
House, if you're on speaker, take yourself off speaker.
If you've been looking at this, they've been it's really been hitting the older folks, the nursing home, people with pre-existing conditions and things of that nature. And I think these people should really try to stay in.
I heard. I didn't hear anything. I think if you're on speaker, if either one of you guys are on speaker, or maybe it's the reception, I'm hearing chopped up parts of both of you guys' opinions. So I want to keep the conversation going, but I'm not quite sure if you need to move to a different area in the home or something. But normally I hear you guys loud and clear. Let me try a different method with the both of you. And just hang tight, okay? I'm going to try to call you guys in a different way. So just stay right there.